Nod your head.
Amy's there.
Hey, Amy, this is
Hi,
Richard.
Richard. I saw your email.
Yeah, call me on my cell phone.
Okay. I'm on my cell phone right now with this.
Later.
Okay. I did see your email, so I've got to send that. So
Or hey, I just comply with the email. We're good.
I will comply with the email.
I think what happened is I forwarded the message from my phone and forgot to hit with attachment.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I will send that to her.
Okay, we're good.
Okay. Thanks, Richard.
You're welcome.
I'm fighting a new computer. I guess I got my video going.
Happening now. Oh, they doing this. And, this, what's his name?
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Flint. Today is September 10th, 2021. Our honorary bell ringer for September 10th is, this is in honor of a game that took place last Friday. Michigan State did pretty well, particularly the running back. And so our bell ringer is a former MSU running back, Le'Veon Bell. And I told past President Ray had to apologize because one of our honorary bell ringers was U of M wide receiver Ronnie Bell, and he got hurt the first game and is out for the year. So I didn't pick an active MSU Spartan because I don't want to have a jinx hit the Spartans as well. So the bell is rung and our meeting has begun.
All right.
Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I
Pledge of allegiance.
pledge allegiance
Flag,
to the flag
United States of
flag.
America,
States of America. And
And
to the republic
America,
for the
for which it stands,
Republic,
one
which
state,
Nation.
under God,
one nation, under God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty.
Liberty.
and
liberty and justice
justice
for all.
The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth?
Truth.
is it
Is it
Is it
fair
fair to all
all
concerned?
Thank you.
Will it build goodwill and
Water?
better friendships?
Will it be
Be beneficial
all
to all concerned?
concerned?
All concerned.
And our inspirational message is someone who I was mentioning at the beginning of the call. I saw at Cupie's in downtown Lansing. It was a welcome surprise. Rotarian Jim Richardson. Jim?
Good afternoon, Rotarians.
Good afternoon.
So please reflect with me. On the eve of the 20th anniversary of the attack on New York and Washington, D.C., let us reflect on the loss of life, the destruction, and the magnitude of impact on our country and on our way of life. Let us hold in our hearts the persons in those planes and in those buildings who died horrifically and heroically. Let us honor the men and women who rushed in to save and help. Let us stand with and support the families living with loss from that day. Let this anniversary of this attack become a symbol of America's unity and resilience in face of crisis. And let us never forget who and what we are as a country. Thank you, Rotarians.
excellent?
Thank you, Jim. And we are on alignment, and I appreciate your message. Wasn't sure if you were going to go there, and so also just wanted to have a moment of silence, not only on those in New York and DC, but also Pennsylvania that were lost on that day. So if we could just have a short moment of silence. Thank you.
Say, Kyle,
Yes.
everybody's heard the name Todd Bieber, who his quote of "Let's roll" was his last words, I believe, on the phone to his wife. Would you like to guess where Todd was born? He was born in Flint.
Okay, I was just saying, I thought Flushing or Flint,
Thanksville.
yeah.
Anyway,
No, that's great. That's great.
Thanks for letting us know. We've heard about him for a long time. I never knew he was from Flint.
yep.
Watching.
Under announcements, you hopefully saw, but if you didn't, in the weekly message that we were recognized by Shelterbox as a bronze supporter. You may recall last summer we had Shelterbox present, and they work with Rotary clubs around the world to provide shelter in times of crisis or storm or natural disasters for those who are in need. And our club, through our international part of our charitable efforts, supported that, and we look to continue to do that. But just wanted everyone to know that we were recognized as a bronze supporter of Shelterbox. They sent a nice note and also CC'd our district governor as well, letting them know about our support of Shelterbox. That was great. Also want to thank the Rotarians who I've seen some of you in person at the happy hour, but just want to thank everyone who volunteered for the Rotary Mile. It was a great success. We already had a call this morning, actually planning for Rotary Mile 2022. We hope to make it even bigger and better. I also want to thank the Rotarians, particularly Marie Zuck, who spoke representing our club, and Rotarians who were able to attend and support the ribbon cutting, of the Lenore Crowdy Center, Family Life Center at Mock Community College. I've heard nothing but great things about the event, Marie's remarks, and the Rotarians who were there to honor Miss Crowdy and her service to our community and to our club. Are there any other announcements in case President-elect Elizabeth, I forgot anything? And if not, good and welfare. We do want to note, we got a notification, of course, that Mrs. Koval passed away. And please keep not only Al, but all the family and the large network of folks who Ms. Koval touched in her life. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers as they go through this difficult time with her transition. Any other good and welfare? Are there guests to be welcomed? I think I saw one guest. Her person who she's there in place of isn't here, but Selena, would you like to just say hi?
Yes, I'm David Gaines's daughter, so I'm standing in for today, but I'm very happy to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you and welcome. And anytime you want to come in place your dad or with your dad, you're certainly welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so our speaker introduction will be handled by a member of the 21-22 board, Mia McNeil. Yep.
Thank you, President Kyle. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Rotarians. I have the wonderful honor of introducing Kira May. She is the new executive director for the Flint Downtown Development Authority, and she joined the DDA in June of this year. She previously worked for Quicken Loans and Bedrock Real Estate to help with the City of Detroit's revitalization. She developed partnerships with organizations like Metro Detroit Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Gucci Changemakers Fund, Design Corps Detroit, and the Boys and Girls Club of Southeast Michigan, such that she could create more traffic to local businesses in the area. I have had a fantastic opportunity to get to know her, and I know that she is going to do amazing things for the city of Flint, and I'm sure that she's going to share some of those with us today. So without further ado, please welcome Director Kiera May.
I don't see her on the screen.
Where did
Yeah,
she
she got
go?
kicked out for some reason. She's coming back in right now.
Oh, okay, good. I think I see her on. Yes? Or maybe not. Well, while we're waiting on Director May, how about those Cowboys?
Oh, close.
I know, but no cigar. It's so
That's
terrible.
right.
They're almost like my lovable lions.
I wish you hadn't mentioned that. I taped it and I didn't know.
Oh, I tell you, it's worth every minute that you watch. Trust
All right.
what I say.
I will watch it now that I know the outcome.
Man, you made me feel horrible now.
Don't, Mia. Don't worry about it. This happens to me every time.
Our boy Tom Brady came through again.
Yes, it did.
Oh gosh, that guy. Man, he puts a dagger in my heart every week. It's terrible.
Hi guys, I am so sorry. My laptop literally just decided to update as soon as I was about to say something. And yeah, here we are. It's Friday. Hi guys, it's so nice to meet you, see all of you. I am on my cell phone right now, so please let me know if you can or cannot hear me. I have a whole presentation to show to you guys, but I'm literally waiting on my computer to finish updating. It's at 50% right now. So how would you guys like me to introduce myself? Do you want me to give you the whole spiel of who I am, or do you have questions for me?
You're coming through
I
nice.
think the whole spiel would be great, Kiera.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would say, Kira, we can always, if you email your presentation to Mia, I can include it in the email that goes out to the entire club. And so they'll see it. But if you want to talk from it or talk from your notes or come in any way that you want now, I think that's fine.
Okay, sweet. Well, hello everybody. My name is Kiara May. I am the new executive director of Flint's Downtown Development Authority. I am 2.5 months in right now. I'm very, very new. I'm a Detroit native. My background stems from a team that I used to work for in Detroit. I came from a real estate company. I have 7 years of experience. We did beautification for the city of Detroit, larger scale activations that were all family friendly, all dealt with different scopes of the community, trying to bring people together. I worked with small businesses. I helped them consult on bringing more foot traffic to their stores, generating more money for the city. We worked with the mayor's team in conjunction with them, trying to bring more sponsorships into the city. So that's a gist of what I did. I'm very excited and elated to be here. Flint is a magical place to me. I say that because I am very used to a higher corporation or entity funding projects. Here, the residents will come together and say, hey, we don't see this happening, and they'll fund the project. I just think that that's super cool that everyone is so passionate about the city that they live in. Yeah, and that's why I'm here today. I had a beautification deck to show to you guys. My computer is almost done. I'm so excited. It's almost done updating, but I wanted to speak to you guys to talk about holiday. So I wanted to beautify the city, Christmafy it for the Flint residents. I feel like Flint has been through so much with the water crisis and now the pandemic. And I know the small businesses have been suffering tremendously. So I wanted to really bring holiday, splashes of holiday into the Flint downtown area. I am asking for sponsorships. Now, I've been hearing that everyone really asks all of the different powers at be, the Mott Foundation, Ruth Mott, for sponsorships, but I plan to ask them too. But in addition, I really wanted to get different organizations, pillars of the community into this project as well, since that is something that Flint does. I really wanted to open it up to different people, organizations, so they could be a part of it, spread the wealth, and you would be able to have branding rights on different things that I'm presenting. Does that sound like a plan? Are you guys interested in that?
Yes.
Yes, no, maybe? Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Sweet. I'm so sorry, guys. My computer is almost done updating. Of course, that's how it happens. Do you guys have any questions for me? Are you curious as to my plans with not just with beautification, with economic redevelopment, parking, community engagement before my deck kicks off?
Hi,
I
Jerry.
noticed a lot of, go ahead, Jerry.
I have a question, if I may. Do you want the questions now?
Sure, as I'm just waiting on my deck to
Okay.
come
Hi,
back up.
Jerry. My name is Jerry. Welcome to Flint. I appreciate your enthusiasm and able to stand on your feet while getting your computer up. So that's great. This is probably small on the scheme of things that you'll be looking at, but having been a recent finisher in the Crim Road Race, I'm wondering about the bricks and when they're going to be replaced or repaired.
That is a great question. Even though I'm only 2 months in, I've been kind of poking around into that. Apparently there is a whole committee trying to put things together. To my understanding, and I may be wrong, they were really, they had stopped because of COVID, and now they're just starting to pick back things up again. I am waiting on confirmation from my beautification board. His name is John Gazal, to dig into when those talks are starting back up. Where are they in the process? So after my whole spiel with the beautification, I can send Mia an update for you guys, because I'm very curious too. To be honest with you, when I first got into the city and I heard about Back to the Bricks, I thought that that whole festival was centered around updating the bricks, because that, in my mind, that's just what I thought it was. I thought that there was some sort of charity or some sort of sponsorships that went into the bricks. So maybe that could even be something that they could keep in mind or talk about. But I'm very curious too. Once I find out more information, I will totally shoot that to the group, because it's pivotal for Flint's redevelopment.
Thank you.
Of course. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Very well.
I vote in favor. We do it.
Sierra, there was a question in the chat from one of our members of Rotary. Will this holiday program, and I don't know if you'll address this in your deck or not, will this holiday program incorporate diversity? Flint has many groups: Jewish, Buddhist, Muslim. What about Hanukkah, Diwali, Ramadan, Kwanzaa? Will they be a part of this holiday?
Absolutely. To be honest with you, I really didn't want the deck to be, there's only one portion of the deck that has a Santa display, and it's free for all. It's free for all. It's free for the public. That's the only piece that has Santa in it. For me, I put a winter lodge inside of my deck as well. And the lodge will be for everyone. Whether you're celebrating Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, the Buddhist holiday, any and everything, you'll be able and welcome inside of this space. It's more of kind of like a community gathering space, but it's winterfied. So I'm doing different lights. I wanted to highlight the archways. All of the different decorations that I have really just speak to winter and not Christmas. Did I answer your question? In addition,
Yes.
to that point, I am open to, so for instance, not to keep talking about Detroit, but when I was back working in Detroit for beautification, there was an area downtown where people would put up a menorah, or there was a kettlebell. There were different things that highlighted different religions for the month of December. I'm open to placing different things like that around the city as an Instagrammable moment, something that someone could take a picture next to. More than open to that.
Yes.
Any more questions?
I have a question.
Yes, ask away.
How familiar are you with the history of Flint, Michigan? Do you know what happened in 1908, 1906, and 7 and 8? That Flint is the birthplace and the home of General Motors Corporation.
Yes, I am getting as familiar each day. I'm going to be honest with you. When I first got here, my very, very first day, everything was very, very new to me, but I have visited, I did a site tour of Kettering. They gave me a ton of history on Auto World, and that Flint was really the birthplace of the auto industry, which is amazing to me. Contingent on the holiday plan that I have going on, I would love to do more things centered around Flint's history and everything. Just really highlighting all of the great things that Flint has done. I feel like people really harp on all of the negative things, and I really want to showcase that. And with your help, with the group's help, I would love lots of collaboration.
You know that Willie Durant founded General Motors, and he invited Charles Stewart Mott to come here, and he eventually had Mott combined with General Motors. So Mott was on the board of General Motors for 58 years, longer than anyone.
Yes.
You know what Mott has done for our community.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Gary,
I
just
have done my
another
research.
thing to go along with what Richard is saying. One of the things that I think is one of the most beautiful places in all of downtown Flint or Flint is the cultural center. And every time we bring anybody in that's from out of town, everybody calls it the best kept secret in Michigan. And they're shocked that we would have something like the different parts of the cultural center in a city that has such a bad rap. So I'm hoping that you really are able to do a lot in promoting the cultural center outside of our own community.
Absolutely. You know, it's a funny thing, Marie, because I went over to the cultural center and I definitely was blown away. And one of the other priorities that I have with this beautification project is a winter map. I would love to not just showcase downtown, but all of the other things that are happening around the city and putting it on a map. So when visitors come into the city, they don't just stick downtown. They can go and view the cultural center. They can see what's happening on the north side. They can see what's happening on the south side. Just to show the community that downtown, even though it is the heart, it's not the end all be all. And we really want to just showcase that we're all coming together.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Kara, this is Jerry Hill. I also share our upbringing. I'm a Detroiter, Northwest Side, went to Cooley and Wayne State.
Nice.
And be glad to talk to you sometime on a personal level. But I think that the cultural center, like Marie said, is certainly a critical point. But another thing I think that is totally outstanding is the new high school, grade school through the 8th grade.
Mhm.
The Cultural Center Academy. And then instead of the children taking classes within the building itself, they take the classes in the cultural center in the area of arts or in the area of the music, and the buildings are really attached. And the library is right there. The Flint Institute of Art is right there. So this is a totally unique education process that are available to anybody in Genesee County. And it's absolutely amazing. I don't know if you haven't been there, take a look at it. And I think there's a lot of help by Microsoft. I think there was an award of some sort where the teaching is done in terms of some new outline that they have.
I would love to come see it. I am very new, so there's tons that I haven't even scratched the surface. Honestly, I'm opening that invitation up to all of you. If there is a facility that you would like me to see, please put it on my radar. I would even love for you guys to come to my office. No one knows where I am. I'm on a designated island by myself. I'm on 502 Church Street. I'm always trying to either meet people where they are or trying to get the community to actually come and see where we are. So absolutely, I would love to go see it.
You're going to tell us how to reach you, right?
Yes. So my email is very simple. It's the letter K, MAY at flintdda.org.
Can you also put that in the chat, Kiara?
I sure can.
As someone who's relatively new to the community, I think I have a certain amount of objectivity, and I think people from the area take for granted something that is very, I think, amazing, which is the parks.
Yes.
Here in Flint, we have so many wonderful parks, and they have opportunities close to our homes to walk, to bike, to skate, to kayak. And I'm grateful every day for those. So I would say in your outreach efforts, that would be something that I would emphasize.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you brought that up. I am very passionate about volunteering cleanup. Right after this meeting with you guys, I am meeting with Keep Genesee County Beautiful, GM, and a couple of other residents. They want to do a cleanup at Riverbank Park, and GM wants to have a cleanup. Still not solidified. I will send this information to Mia if you guys would like to be a part of it. In regards to that, I have been trying to get even more funding to clean up Saginaw Street, and I want to start to host cleanup days. I heard through the grapevine that Flint used to do Brush Up Flint or Brush Ups for Flint starting in October, but I really want to make it a thing from May to October next year of hosting once a month cleanups where everyone in the entire community, I won't just have it downtown, but I want to have it in designated areas, all of the different parks that the DDA has to take care of in regards to putting more mulch down, planting more trees, making sure that the grass is cut. I only have 2 maintenance staff, so any help tremendously help. So yes, I agree. I would even like to see if there are aquaculture programs in regards to teaching neighboring students around about like bees, trees, how do we keep things clean, about the environment. So I think
Kiara, can you talk a little bit about your vision for the DDA in Flint? And it might be interesting. I know for me coming into the city, I didn't always know what DDA was responsible for taking care of. So if you wouldn't mind kind of sharing that, I'd appreciate that.
Absolutely, Mia. So the DDA, first and foremost, stands for Downtown Development Authority. I broke it down into 4 different pillars. So we take care of parking and mobility for the entire city, beautification, community engagement, and economic redevelopment. And when I say economic redevelopment, the DDA is able to assist small businesses in helping them with facade, signage, redoing the outer existence of their buildings, helping keep some of the sidewalks clean. The DDA is able to assist with that. My vision for downtown. I would love downtown to really thrive and be a place for everyone. With me only being here for 2 months, I've been seeing certain things that doesn't really speak to that. As of right now, downtown it's not really ADA accessible. I want to change that. It's not really family accessible. I definitely want to change that as well. I want to help use my voice to put more family friendly things down here. There's nothing down here for children or kids or teenagers to do. We should definitely change that. My last project that I did back in Detroit, I did an outdoor roller rink. And it wasn't just centered to teenagers, but for everybody. If you could skate, you could. There were basketball courts outside, and then we even had a chalk, kind of like a chalk station for the little ones who couldn't skate. I want to do more activations like that bring everybody together that Flint can enjoy. I want my vision to encompass the community as much as possible. Did I answer your question?
You did. Thank you.
Awesome. All right.
Kira, I was going to mention, there was a question earlier about the bricks on Saginaw Street, and there was an initiative before COVID to look at that, some public and private funds. The challenge actually isn't the bricks, it's that when you do the bricks, you want to at the same time redo and enhance all the infrastructure under the bricks. And some of that dates back not only to the last century, but some of it may even to the century before that, and that gets pretty complicated pretty quickly. So it's a bigger project than just something that's on your plate on the surface.
Yes.
Which you feel compelled to have to tackle something that big by yourself.
Thank you, Kyle, because I have so many things on my plate. My plate is definitely full. In regards to that, I am trying to join that chat because I know that other cities have coils on the sidewalk, up under the sidewalk, that helps to melt the snow when the snow comes to just help with salt and different things like that. So I want to make sure not only are we thinking about the bricks, but like you said, the infrastructure of the sidewalk, making it more accessible for everyone, and making the maintenance less costly on the city, because we spend a lot of money on street maintenance and streetscapes.
Kira, I wondered if you could share with us maybe a handful of things. I know this month, tonight, there's things going on downtown. People who are looking for a place to go for maybe themselves and their spouse or their kids or grandkids. What are some of the things coming up, short term, that Rotarians or their families need to come downtown and check out?
Great question. So I am super, super excited about Bikes to the Bricks. That's happening. It's starting today. It's going to last all weekend long. I know a lot of Flint natives are way more familiar with this activity than I am. This will be my first Bikes to the Bricks. I've been going literally to every festival that's been happening. But Bikes to the Bricks will be from 12 until later on today. It's a family-friendly event. If you are interested in motorcycles, this is the place for you. You can also go grab a glass of wine and hear some live music at the Cork. That's another cool place. That place opens up at, I think it opens at 4 p.m. today. There'll also be different things going on in the alleyways as well. So there'll be a couple of different things placed around for families and residents to enjoy. There's always something going on every single weekend downtown.
I think this is Art Walk and Comma's 1 year anniversary too, so always a reason to come downtown.
Yep, yep, yep.
Um, Well, we'll get your presentation through Mia to get emailed out, so people can see
Yes,
the
I'm
pictures
so
and
sorry,
put
guys.
put pictures to what you were painting for us verbally. But I think this may have worked out better because we got to hear from you and firsthand and hear from Rotarians with the questions that they had.
Yes,
Do we
I
have?
was so ready. I
Yeah,
spent I was up all night working on this deck, and of course, I can't even pull it up for you guys. But yes, I will absolutely send it out to Mia.
do we have? We've got time for a couple more questions if anyone else has additional questions.
Kyle, are we going to get a name and phone number and for Kira?
She dropped her email into the chat. And when you send over the
Okay.
PowerPoint, could your contact information probably is in like the last slide of your PowerPoint, right? So,
Yep, it is.
Yep. So that'll go out with the weekly message next week.
I have a question, President Kyle.
Yeah.
Hi, Kiera. It's Anne Marie Van Dyne.
Hi, Anne.
How are you?
I'm
I have a
good.
question. As a downtown resident, and I know the DDA can't do everything, I've always been a little puzzled about whose responsibility is it to take care of the sidewalks and the spaces that are just directly in front of businesses. Is that the DDA or is it the business owner?
It is not. I literally just went through my bylaws, and apparently it is the landlord's job to take care of the sidewalks. However, thank you so much for bringing this up, because I plan to have a meeting with just multiple landlords in the downtown area to see if we can come to an agreement and work together. I do not want to just put this on someone. I would really like all of the landlords to work together and take care of their spaces. By law, they are legally supposed to shovel the snow, put salt down, and make it accessible for their small business owners. And I'm going to have a conversation with them on what the plan is for the winter.
I love that.
I'm already thinking about snow removal and Christmas and lights in September.
I know a lot of our members frequent the downtown area, but I would say, being fairly well traveled, that it's, to me, one of the easiest fixes to make downtown more welcoming is to just keep the sidewalks clean.
I agree.
And they're really quite disappointing. If you're down here, I mean, it's just really, it's disappointing that isn't being done by the landlords and the business owners. And it was sort of a loaded question, because I know it's not the DDA's responsibility, but I don't know who holds them accountable. So I'm thrilled to hear that you're having that conversation.
Yeah, and I am interested to hear what the landlords have to say too, because you want people to patronize your small businesses so they can pay their bills. And if they can't even access or get up to the storefront, then how are they making money? You're really not making it easy for the ecosystem. So I am very, very excited about that conversation. I'm willing to work together on whatever the plan is, but we have to start now. We need a plan, because the snow is coming. I have on boots today. It's already cold outside.
It's true. And we are not walkable in the winter, and snow is not removed from sidewalks. And I think it really has an impact on our businesses in the winter. So it seems like it'd be a win-win for everybody.
I agree. Thank you for
Pastor
that.
Kennedy had a question. Jim, did you have a question? I thought I saw him raise his hand. Okay.
All right. We have one more question. If not, we can. Don't hear anything. Well, Kira, this has been a just great presentation. I mentioned we got to meet each other for like 2 minutes at an event last month, so I'm grateful to feel like I know you a little bit better now and understanding your vision for the DDA and for your work in the city. So that's just fantastic.
Awesome. Awesome. It was a pleasure to be here today, guys, to hear all of the questions and concerns and know that like a lot of the things that I have questions about, the residents have questions about, so we can all be streamlined and be on the same page.
I want to
There's a motorcycle outside. So
Oh, yeah. Thank you,
Already
Kiara, for your presentation. And in your honor, a donation will be made to the Rotary International, the Rotary Foundation, towards the eradication of polio in the world. We are, as we say in Rotary, this close to having polio eradicated across the globe. So thank you again for your presentation. Thank you also to, thank you, yep. Thank you also to the following Rotarians for their service during today's meeting. Jim Richardson, Mia McNeil, and it says David Gaines, but I think we know it really means Selena Gaines. Thank you very much for joining us and standing in for your dad today. Please join us next Friday for a virtual meeting with an update from the City of Flint's Economic Development Director, Kalfani Stevens. So we talked a little bit today about placemaking, and we're going to hear more about economic development within the city from Kalfani, who's a good friend who actually helped recruit back to the city. So I'm glad to hear how he's doing. Please remember to go forth and serve to change lives. And we are adjourned. Thank you very much, and we will see you next Friday.
Everybody.
Hey.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Meeting adjourned.